There are nights when the world finally goes quiet, and yet your mind refuses to rest. You lie there staring into the dark, carrying the weight of thoughts that never asked your permission to stay. Regret, doubt, exhaustion, the quiet fear that you are falling behind, or that something essential inside you is slowly wearing thin. If this is one of those nights, know this first: you are not broken. You are not weak. You are human, standing at the edge of your own awareness, listening to the soft ache of being alive. Stoic philosophy begins here, not in cold discipline, but in deep compassion for the human condition. Marcus Aurelius once wrote that the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Tonight we are gently choosing different colors, slower ones, calmer ones, stronger ones. You do not need to fight your thoughts. Fighting creates tension, and tension keeps the body awake. Instead, let the thoughts pass like clouds drifting across a moonlit sky. You are not the clouds, you are the sky that remains. There is a quiet strength in this realization, the kind of strength that does not shout, does not demand recognition. It simply endures. You have been taught in subtle ways to measure your worth by noise, by productivity, by approval, by how much of yourself you can give away before you collapse. But the Stoics understood something that modern life often forgets. Your value is not negotiable. It does not rise or fall with circumstances. It is inherent, like gravity, like breath. Seneca warned that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Think of how much energy has been spent replaying conversations, anticipating losses, rehearsing disasters that never arrived. Tonight, you are allowed to set that burden down, not forever, just for now. Rest is not laziness. Rest is repair. Imagine a stone lying at the bottom of a river. The water rushes above it, cold and relentless, shaping the stone over time. The stone does not chase the water. It does not argue with it. It does not resist its nature. It simply remains. And in remaining, it becomes smooth, strong, unbreakable. This is the Stoic heart, not passivity, but grounded presence. You do not control the current of life. You never did. You control only how deeply you anchor yourself within it. So much of your pain comes from wanting life to be different than it is in this moment. The Stoics would gently remind you, reality does not need your permission to exist, but you need reality in order to grow. Marcus Aurelius spoke often about accepting what is given, not because it is pleasant, but because it is necessary. The night teaches patience, the silence teaches listening, the waiting teaches trust, and trust is not believing that everything will go well. Trust is believing that you will be steady even if it does not. Let that sink in. You are stronger than the outcomes you fear. There is a quiet dignity in learning to stand alone with your thoughts, without distraction, without escape. Independence, in Stoic terms, is not isolation. It is the ability to remain whole whether others approve or not, whether the world applauds or turns away. You were not meant to be constantly validated. You were meant to be aligned. When you align your actions with your values, sleep comes easier. The body relaxes when the soul is not at war with itself. Ask yourself softly, without judgment, what would it feel like to respect myself tonight? Not to fix everything, not to solve the future, just to respect myself enough to rest. Self-respect is not arrogance. It is boundaries made of kindness. The Stoics believed that emotional discipline was not about suppression, but about clarity. Emotions are signals, not commands. You can listen without obeying. You can feel without drowning. Picture yourself sitting beside your emotions like a calm observer. They speak. You nod. You do not argue. You do not chase. You let them pass. This is resilience, not hardness, not numbness, but flexibility rooted in principle. And principle is what remains when everything else falls away. You may feel tired in ways sleep alone has not cured. That is because some exhaustion is moral, not physical. It comes from compromising yourself too often, from saying yes when your inner voice whispered no. Stoicism invites you back to yourself, to the part of you that knows what matters, to the part of you that can endure loss without losing character, to the part of you that understands that peace is an internal achievement. Breathe slowly now, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let the breath lengthen. Let the shoulders soften. You are safe in this moment. And remember this gentle truth from Seneca: no one can live a happy life who regards only himself and turns everything to his own advantage. Peace comes not from control, but from harmony with the whole. You are part of something larger than your worries, larger than this night, larger than your fear, and you are exactly where you need to be to begin again. If this video is creating an inner change within you, gently hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, comment "I will follow this in my life," and share this message with others who may need it. Now, let us go deeper. There is a moment just before sleep, when defenses soften, the mind loosens its grip. This is where wisdom slips in quietly, unnoticed, like a seed settling into fertile soil. Stoicism does not promise comfort, it promises strength. And strength, paradoxically, brings the deepest comfort of all. Consider how much of your life has been shaped by things outside your control. The body you were born into, the timing of events, the actions of others. The Stoics did not see this as unfair, they saw it as reality, and reality, when accepted, becomes workable. The courage to stand alone begins with this acceptance. You do not need consensus to live truthfully. You do not need permission to be principled. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that he would encounter selfishness, arrogance, and ignorance, but that none of it could harm his character unless he allowed it to. This is a radical idea, that your inner world is sovereign territory. No one enters without your consent. When you internalize this, anxiety loosens its grip. You stop bracing against imagined attacks. You stop rehearsing defenses for battles that never arrive. You become still, and stillness is not emptiness. It is clarity. In modern life, stillness is rare. Noise has become a currency. Speed has become a virtue. But the Stoics knew that haste fractures judgment. That urgency clouds wisdom. Tonight you are choosing slowness. You are choosing to let your thoughts arrive at walking pace, not running pace. You are choosing depth over reaction. Imagine your mind as a lake at dawn. When the water is calm, it reflects the sky perfectly. When it is disturbed, everything becomes distorted. The practice of Stoicism is the practice of letting the waters settle. Not by force, by patience. Patience is not waiting with clenched teeth, it is waiting with open hands. You have survived many things that once felt unbearable. You did not survive because you were fearless. You survived because you endured, and endurance is a quiet superpower. Seneca wrote that a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. This is not meant to glorify suffering, it is meant to remove its sting. To remind you that difficulty is not a verdict on your worth, but a shaping force. You are being shaped, even now. The night shapes you into someone who can listen. The silence shapes you into someone who can reflect. The fatigue shapes you into someone who can rest. And rest is not retreat, it is preparation. As your body grows heavier, let your mind grow lighter. You do not need to carry tomorrow into tonight. Tomorrow will arrive on its own. All that is asked of you now is presence, to breathe, to listen, to allow these words to pass through you like a warm current. You are not late, you are not behind, you are not failing. You are learning how to be steady in a world that rarely is. And that, the Stoics would tell you, is the beginning of a good life. If this video is creating an inner change within you, gently hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, comment "I will follow this in my life," and share this message with others who may need it. The night deepens, and with it comes the awareness of all that is unfinished, all that lingers in your mind. Perhaps there are voices from the day, words spoken or unspoken, mistakes that gnaw quietly, or hopes that tremble in the dark. Notice them, let them arrive. Do not push them away. Do not cling to them. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that life is like a theater. At each performance, remember your part and play it fully, but do not grieve when the act ends. Tonight, your act is to simply witness, to feel, to breathe. You are an actor on the stage of your own life, but the curtain has closed for now. In this quiet, the rehearsal stops, and the true performance begins, the performance of presence. There is a power in being still while the world spins. The power is subtle, like a root growing beneath the soil. You do not see it, but it holds everything. Every fear, every regret, every impulse to control the uncontrollable, release them into the night like leaves falling from a tree. They belong to the world, not to your peace. Seneca once wrote that the greatest obstacle to living is expectation, which hangs like a chain around our hearts. Expectation asks for control over what cannot be controlled. Tonight, you are allowed to unclench those chains. Breathe slowly, in, out. Let the body sink further into the bed, into the mattress, into the quiet of your room. Let the mind find the stillness it has been searching for all day. Resilience is not loud. It does not boast. It is a quiet force that allows you to bend without breaking, to endure without losing your dignity. Picture a tree in winter. Its branches bare, its leaves gone, yet it stands. The wind shakes it, snow weighs heavy upon it, and still it stands, and still it will bloom again when the season returns. This is your mind, your heart, your spirit. Each challenge you face, each disappointment you endure, is shaping you like the winter shapes the tree. There is honor in enduring. There is wisdom in patience. There is freedom in understanding that the storm will not last forever and that you are capable of surviving it. Patience is not passive. It is an active cultivation of trust in yourself. When you feel the pull to react, to lash out, to worry, remember Marcus Aurelius's words. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. You are not your emotions. You are not the swirl of thoughts that invade your mind at night. You are the observer, the guardian of your inner life, and as guardian, you can choose how much power to grant them. If this video is creating an inner change within you, gently hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, comment "I will follow this in my life," and share this message with others who may need it. Now, let us go further. Emotional discipline is not coldness. It is clarity. It is the ability to feel deeply without being consumed. Think of a lantern in the dark. The light does not resist the night. It does not complain about shadows. It simply shines steadily. This is how the Stoics urge you to approach your inner life. When you wake tomorrow, or when life presents you with difficulty, remember that clarity is a kind of freedom. Clarity allows you to respond rather than react, to act rather than be acted upon. It allows you to maintain dignity when others may falter. It allows you to move through the world with a sense of calm authority. You do not need approval. You do not need applause. You do not need anyone to witness your steadiness. Your character is your own. Your integrity is a fortress no one can breach without your consent. Stand quietly in that understanding. Feel it in the bones of your body. Let it root you to the ground. Let it remind you that nothing external can diminish the core of who you are unless you invite it to. The courage to stand alone is not loneliness. It is a rare, profound kind of companionship with yourself. It is the ability to navigate life without a constant echo of others' opinions. It is the recognition that your worth is intrinsic, not contingent. Imagine a vast mountain. The wind scours its surface. Storms batter its slopes. Yet it remains, alone, majestic, unshaken. You are that mountain. You may bend, you may feel the wind, you may encounter storms, but your essence is steady. Your core is unbreakable. And so, even when fear comes, even when sadness arrives, even when doubt whispers that you are not enough, remind yourself gently, you are enough. You are capable. You are whole. Sleep is not escape. Sleep is restoration. It is a vital part of the rhythm of life. Allow yourself to honor it, to accept it, to sink fully into it. As you close your eyes, let your mind repeat the phrase, "I am steady. I am resilient. I am at peace." Every night is a practice in preparation. Every rest is an opportunity to renew. The Stoics would remind you that life is short and that each day, each night, is a gift that will never come again. Treasure the quiet moments. They are the bedrock of your inner strength. You may be tired in body and spirit, but know this, even in fatigue you are learning. Even in struggle you are growing. Even in solitude you are never truly alone, for your inner self is always present, steady, guiding and enduring. Breathe in, out. Let every exhale carry away tension. Let every inhale bring in calm. Let the wisdom of centuries of Stoic thought sink into your bones. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, they speak now through these words, gently, not as authority, but as companions on your path. Patience is a kind of courage. Endurance is a kind of love, for yourself, for the world, for the life you have been given. Do not rush. Do not demand more of yourself than is fair. Let the night be your teacher. Let your body be your guide. Let your soul feel the quiet power of simply being. If this video is creating an inner change within you, gently hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, comment "I will follow this in my life," and share this message with others who may need it. Tonight, as you lie in stillness, notice how the mind can wander toward regrets, comparisons, or longing for approval. This is natural. The world is full of voices telling you who to be, how to act, and what to want. And yet the Stoics remind us that true freedom is not in pleasing others, but in honoring your own nature. Self-respect begins quietly, almost imperceptibly. It is not declared, it is shown in small choices, choosing honesty when deceit is easier, choosing patience when impatience tempts you, choosing to remain steady when chaos surrounds you. Marcus Aurelius wrote that a man should be content to stand alone if that is what truth requires. Tonight, let your heart contemplate this. To stand alone is not a curse, it is a kind of liberation. Independence is not the absence of connection, it is the presence of inner sovereignty. You are the master of your inner life, the keeper of your thoughts, the guardian of your decisions. External events will always shift, people will always change, and circumstances will always surprise. But the choices you make, the integrity you maintain, remain within your command. Think of the ocean. Storms rise, waves crash, tides shift, but the depth beneath remains untouched. You are like that depth, calm, silent, unshakable. The storms may come, but they cannot reach the foundation of your inner self unless you allow them. If this video is creating an inner change within you, gently hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, comment "I will follow this in my life," and share this message with others who may need it. Now consider courage. Not the dramatic kind that is celebrated in stories, but the quiet courage of living in accordance with your principles, even when others do not understand. Seneca wrote that it is not the man who suffers, but the man who resists wisely that grows stronger. To live courageously is to face reality with calm eyes and a firm heart. Courage, independence, self-respect, they are inseparable. Each reinforces the other. When you respect yourself, you naturally gain the courage to act without fear of judgment. When you are courageous, your independence becomes clear, and the opinions of others lose their grip. And when independence grows, self-respect flourishes. Breathe now, slowly. Feel your body supported by the bed, the weight of it grounding you in the present moment. Notice how your thoughts can arrive and pass like gentle breezes across a lake. You are the lake, you are steady, you are still. Life will ask you to compromise. It will invite you to follow the crowd, to suppress your own voice, to trade integrity for comfort. The Stoics would whisper, "Choose wisely." The easy path often leads to inner erosion, while the path of principle may feel solitary, but it strengthens you from the inside out. Imagine a solitary candle in a dark room. It does not burn brighter to impress others. It simply burns, offering light to those who seek it. That is you when you honor yourself and your values. You need not compete, you need not prove, you simply exist fully and faithfully. Your independence is not defiance. It is the calm recognition that your inner life belongs to you. Others may react, criticize, or misunderstand, but their judgments cannot harm your essence unless you permit it. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that the opinions of others are fleeting, like shadows crossing a sunlit field. Shadows cannot touch the light beneath. Notice the gentle rhythm of your breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Each inhale draws in calm. Each exhale releases tension. You are both observer and participant, steady and soft, present and at peace. Self-respect grows when we honor boundaries, when we refuse to compromise our inner truth for fleeting comfort. This is not selfishness. It is recognition that to give away your essence is to weaken the foundation from which you may offer real love, help or presence to others. The Stoics teach that strength nurtures generosity. First, build the fortress within. Only then can you share your strength without fear or depletion. If this video is creating an inner change within you, gently hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, comment "I will follow this in my life," and share this message with others who may need it. Now let us go deeper into emotional clarity. It is easy to become entangled in resentment, anger or frustration, especially when others violate your expectations or when life feels unjust. Yet the Stoics remind us that external events are neutral. It is our judgment of them that colors them with pain or pleasure. Imagine holding a small stone in your hand. If you imagine it is heavy, it will tire your arm. If you notice it is merely a stone, neutral and simple, the weight becomes bearable. The same is true for circumstances. The events themselves are neutral. Your reaction, your judgment, determines the weight you feel. This awareness is liberating. It means you have more control than you think. You may not control the world, but you always control the way you meet it. Every choice, every pause before reacting is an act of sovereignty. Every refusal to be swept away by panic, anger or despair is a reclaiming of your own mind. Resilience, then, is not a hardening, but a cultivation of inner clarity. It is the ability to bend without breaking, to remain steady amid chaos, to recover without losing grace. Seneca wrote that adversity introduces a man to himself. Tonight, the quiet moments introduce you to yourself. Breathe again. Feel your chest rise and fall. Feel the calm pulse beneath your skin. Feel the strength that has carried you through every day, every hardship, every fear. That strength is yours. It is constant. It is unwavering. Remember too that true courage often involves waiting, not passive waiting, but active patience. The world may not respond as quickly as you desire, but your steady presence, your clarity, and your dignity do not require immediate recognition. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that all things happen according to nature. When you align with this rhythm, impatience dissolves. You are capable of standing firm without chaos, of breathing calmly amidst tension, of being gentle without weakness. This is the art of Stoicism. This is the quiet mastery of life. And in this mastery, you find freedom, freedom from worry, freedom from the constant need to please, freedom from fear of judgment, freedom to be yourself fully, wholly, and unapologetically. If this video is creating an inner change within you, gently hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, comment "I will follow this in my life," and share this message with others who may need it. The night stretches before you, soft and quiet, like a slow river flowing through still lands. In its reflection, notice the thoughts that rise, the anxieties, the regrets, the what-ifs that whisper in your ear. Allow them to be here. Do not push them away. Do not chase them. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that our own judgment is the source of both peace and disturbance. The events themselves do not harm us. It is our interpretation, our clinging, our resistance that creates suffering. Tonight, let us practice observing without judgment. Let us practice responding without impulse. Let us practice the gentle art of emotional discipline. Emotional discipline is not suppression. It is not shutting down. It is the clarity that allows you to experience, to feel, and yet not be consumed. Imagine a calm sea under a moonlit sky. Waves may ripple and foam, but beneath lies depth, silent, unshakable, vast. Your mind can hold the waves of emotion without losing the depth beneath. You can feel sadness without drowning. You can feel anger without letting it dictate your actions. You can feel fear without surrendering your peace. Seneca taught that no man is free who is enslaved to his passions. Passions are not to be crushed but understood. When you observe them calmly, when you witness their rise and fall, they lose their power over you. They become signals, not masters. If this video is creating an inner change within you, gently hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, comment "I will follow this in my life," and share this message with others who may need it. Now let us explore patience. Patience is not waiting helplessly. It is enduring steadily. It is the knowledge that the world unfolds in its own rhythm, not according to our desires. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that we cannot always control what happens, but we can control how we meet it. Each pause, each breath, each refusal to react immediately is a small exercise in sovereignty. Picture a sculptor working on marble. He chips slowly, deliberately, sometimes stepping back to observe. Each strike must be precise, each pause is necessary. Life is like that sculptor. Each day, each challenge, each disappointment shapes you. Patience allows you to be deliberate, measured, wise. It prevents impulsive choices that later bring regret. Resilience is closely tied to patience. To endure without bitterness, to accept without surrender, to grow without being hardened, that is the quiet strength of the Stoic. Consider the bamboo. It bends in the wind but does not break. Its flexibility, its patient yielding, allows it to survive storms that crush rigid trees. You too are like bamboo. You can bend, you can yield, you can remain pliant without losing your essence. And as you drift closer to sleep, remember that this practice is not separate from life. It is the life you carry forward. You are not merely resting tonight. You are learning how to meet the world with patience, to face suffering with dignity, to live with resilience, to carry your own light without reliance on others. Let this wisdom settle in. Let it become part of your being. Let it seep into every muscle, every thought, every heartbeat. You are stronger than you know. You are calm in the storm. You are steady in the night. The night is deep, and you are here fully present, breathing slowly, mind quieting, heart steady. You have listened. You have allowed the wisdom of the Stoics to move gently through you. You have reminded yourself of strength, patience, resilience, and clarity. Let sleep now carry you. Let your body restore. Let your mind integrate the lessons of patience, self-respect, independence, and resilience. You are steady. You are strong. You are free. Breathe one last time deeply, slowly, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Feel the steady rhythm of life moving through you. Feel your inner light unwavering. Feel the calm that comes from knowing that your peace is not borrowed from others, it is your own. Rest now. The night has done its work. The Stoics have whispered their guidance. You are safe. You are strong. You are ready. Sleep deeply. Sleep calmly. Sleep fully in the quiet power of your own mind.